Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Mommy Monday video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Melissa and typically I film makeup and beauty related content, but when I became pregnant, I started making pregnancy videos, and now that I'm a mom, I make mommy videos. So I have posted a Q&A video before. This is kind of a follow-up to that. I asked for questions on Instagram and I also asked for you guys to ask questions in my other videos comment section. Holy moly, that's really hard to say. Anyways, these questions are going to be all about pregnancy, mommyhood, labor and delivery, all that good stuff. So let's hop into it. Okay, first question is, how was going back to OTF, Orange Theory Fitness? I am 6 weeks postpartum and ready but scared to go back. It was hard. I did not go back until I was 12 weeks postpartum. I was cleared by my doctor at 9 weeks, I want to say, to go back. When I went to my first appointment, she did advise that I wait another 4 weeks. So like your first postpartum appointment that everybody goes to, I was advised to wait 4 more weeks because my abs were not fully back together yet. And if you work out too hard before your abs have gone back together, then you can give yourself a hernia. And I didn't want that. So I technically could have gone back at 9 weeks, but I didn't go back until 12 weeks. And I was not good at even just like walking. They tell you like, you can't work out, but you can walk. And it's like, I didn't even do that, mostly because it's been really cold outside. And so I didn't want to like be out in the cold. Lame excuse, I know. Anyways, it was really, really difficult. And I feel like I'm starting all over again. Anybody who goes to Orange Theory Fitness knows it's really intense. And I remember the first time I went, I was exhausted. I was sweaty, I was sore for 6 days. I still remember that. 6 days I was sore. And going back after baby is literally like starting all over again. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep up with Orange Theory, simply because it's just hard with a baby to figure out time slots and going back to work and when husband can watch him. And it's expensive and things like that. So I'm gonna keep doing it for a while, but I don't know that I'm gonna be able to keep up with it long term. Next question is, gosh, there's a lot of questions. Did you follow a sleep training program? So I've been posting on my Instagram a lot, updates on Lincoln's sleeping, and he now sleeps, knock on wood, about 12 hours a night, 10, 11, 12 hours a night. And it is magical. Oh my God. It makes things so much better once your baby starts sleeping through the night. I'll just leave it at that. Things get better once your baby starts sleeping and you start sleeping. So no, I did not follow any sleep programs. I didn't read any sleep training books. I didn't download any sleep training programs. I didn't do any kind of like cry it out method or anything like that. I think we got really lucky with a really good baby, first of all, but I also think that having a good daytime schedule creates a world of difference. Making sure that he gets enough calories and volume during the day so that he sleeps through the night is key, I think, and sticking to it has really, really helped. So making sure he eats at certain times, don't let him nap through his feedings. That has been what's really, really, once I started doing that and I stuck to a daytime schedule, that is when things started to click, and that is when he started to sleep longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. So, but no, I did not follow any sleep training programs. Next question is, how are the dogs adjusting to baby? Not good. They don't like him at all. And I was hoping that they would, somehow use their doggy senses to know that he came from me because they love me. So why wouldn't they love him? They don't. They are jealous. In fact, my oldest dachshund, she has been almost going through like doggy depression, and she like hides in the bathroom behind the toilet and licks her paw, so much so that she's getting like a sore on her paw. And I was reading that that's basically like dogs do that when they have anxiety, and I thought about wrapping it, but then it said like if you wrap it, well then they'll just start licking the next paw, and if you wrap that paw, they'll lick another paw. And so I don't know. She's had a really hard time. She won't even sit in the living room with us when he's in there. Like, she hates him. And it makes me so sad because I want to have those like picture perfect Instagram moments where the dog is snuggling with the baby, but it's just not happening that way for us. So we're getting there. They're getting better. slowly, but they don't like him very much. Next question is, do you recommend the Halo bassinet? So you can see right there, that is what our baby sleeps in right now for now. We're slowly starting to transition him into his crib by having him take naps in his crib. But for now, through the night, he sleeps in his Halo. I don't like it, you guys. I don't think it's worth the money. I kind of want to do a video completely around why I don't like the Halo bassinet. But to sum it all up, the base of it is huge. The base of it is like ginormous. It has like 4 legs. And I know why they do it, because it's like a swivel bassinet. So I could see how it would be really good for moms that had C-sections, because you can, like, the side of it pushes down. So you can, like, you don't have to get out of bed. You can just reach over, lift your baby, feed your baby, put your baby back in. But the reality is, especially in those early days, I never just lifted him, fed him, and put him back in the bed and then went back to sleep myself. Like, sure, in a picture perfect world, that's how it works. But I always had to get up and go to the bathroom myself, change his diaper, take the dogs out. Something always was going on. It was never a simple lift, feed, put him back in. I'm gonna go back to sleep. No, no, no. So inevitably you're gonna have to get out of bed every time anyway. So that feature is kind of like, I don't think it's really as helpful as they market it to be. It is nice that it kind of swivels around, because I'm able to like swivel it to get up out of bed and then swivel it back so that he's right next to me, and he's literally sleeping right next to me. But the base of it is really big, and I'm constantly kicking it and stepping on it, and it makes it impossible to move. So once you put it where it's at, it's staying there. It is heavy. You can't like push it up against a wall or anything like that. But I think the thing that bothers me the most, now that he's getting older, he moves a lot when he's sleeping. He kicks his feet, he wiggles around, and the bottom of the bassinet is not level. It's like kind of crooked or on an incline, and I've read reviews about this. And originally when I was reading the reviews, I was like, what are these people talking about? That doesn't happen to my baby. But it was because when they're really, really little, they don't move around. They just stay put. They don't like, you know. Now he's like 3 months old, so he's kicking his feet and wiggling and trying to get his arms out and all this stuff. And because he's moving so much and because the bottom is not level, he ends up getting over to the side and like smushing his face up against the side of the bassinet, or like wiggling in weird positions. Inevitably, every single time I wake up and look at him, he's in a different weird position. And 90% of the time he's smushed all the way up against the side. So luckily the side is mesh and he can breathe through it. But I don't like that. I don't like the bassinet. I don't think it's worth the money. Next question is, how do you like the Spectra breast pump? I do like the Spectra. So I have the Spectra 2, I believe. The one that you have to plug in. It's not battery powered. It's a really good pump. So I have used that pump and the Medela Symphony in the hospital. And I find that they're both very, very similar. I was able to get very similar milk outputs with both. And I don't think you need to splurge and spend all that money on like a Medela Symphony hospital grade breast pump. I think the Spectra works just fine. It's cute, it's lightweight. Oh, I like that there's less pieces. So the Medelas have a ton of pieces. You have like the flange, the cone, the membrane, this, that, like you have like 6 pieces per breast, whereas the Spectra literally has 3. You have the bottle, you have like a flange piece, and then one part to the cone. So it's easier to wash, it's easier to travel with, and I really like it. I have to caveat that with though, I've really only tried those 2 pumps. I don't know really what to compare to other than those. Oh, it's not super quiet, but it's more quiet than the Medela. So that's a good thing. Okay, next question is, how are you trying to help Lincoln not have a flat head? This question makes me laugh because I never knew about flat heads until I started to like have a baby and read about it. So if you are unfamiliar, babies, they have soft spots on their heads, and because of that, if they are laying on flat, hard surfaces too much, it can create flat spots on their head. So if they prefer to lay on one side, they can flatten their skull. And I think eventually it corrects itself, but then your baby, like for a while, has like flat spots on their head. Our pediatrician says that Lincoln has like a nice round head, which is good. And I think mostly it's not because of the halo. That's another thing about that dang halo. The mattress that comes with that halo is literally like a half an inch thick. No, like a fourth of an inch thick. It's so hard. We upgraded to the organic mattress, which was $80, 80 additional dollars on top of the $300 that you spend on the dang Halo. Oh, also, not to get too far tangenty, but we have the Halo that has the battery, like the vibration, the heartbeat, the thing, the nightlight on it. The batteries in that thing die so freaking fast. They die like every week. I don't recommend that Halo. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, the Halo is hard and flat. But anyways, our pediatrician said that Lincoln doesn't have any flat spots on his head, which is good. We go back in a couple of weeks for his 4-month checkup, so we'll have to see what she says then. But honestly, just holding him as much as I can, tummy time helps a lot. But whenever I hold him, I try to have his face me, so that way the back of his head kind of like can breathe, I guess. I don't know. Otherwise, I think it's just making sure that they're not like in the same position too much, that they're not laying down too much, and that they're getting enough tummy time, that you're holding them enough, and I don't know. That's all I'm really doing. Am I supposed to do something more? I don't know. Next question is, what brand of swaddles do you use, and what time do you put him to bed? We like the Swaddle Up swaddles. I will just show you because I have one right here. So this, is it Swaddle Up or Swaddle Me? Swaddle Me. So we used the pod version of these when he was a brand newborn, and we loved those because they're basically just a pod with a zipper, and they were fantastic. We started using those when he was literally in the hospital, like born in the hospital, and we loved them. He grew out of those pretty quickly, to be honest, and we upgraded to this one. Now this is the large one. They have these in small and large. This is large because he outgrew the small ones already, but they have like a little pocket right here to put their feet in, and then you just basically like wrap one side over, wrap the other side over, and then there's Velcro, and we like these a lot. The only bad thing about them is if you have to change their diaper in the middle of the night, you have to take the whole thing off. There isn't like a zipper or anything on the bottom. I think they sell luxury versions of these that now have a zipper in the bottom. It probably makes it so much easier because he doesn't wake up in the middle of the night anymore, but when he did and we had to change his diaper, you have to take the whole thing off, and there is Velcro on it, so it like, you know, makes the crinkly noise and wakes them up, and it's this big order, and you have to re-swaddle them. So that kind of stinks. Not a huge deal, but like whatever. But yeah, we tried the Halo sleep sack, didn't love it. We tried the arms up ones. Those were okay, didn't love them though as much. I also tried one of the armless ones, thinking like maybe he hated being swaddled. Didn't love that one either. As far as what time we put him to bed, for the longest time, his bedtime, I say it loosely, was like 9 o'clock, but we've been slowly trying to push that up and up and up and up, and now his bedtime is right around 8 o'clock. And so we got on a really good daytime routine, like I was saying before, where he was eating like every 3 hours. So it was basically like 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. And we're just trying to condense that last feeding a little bit closer together to push his bedtime earlier because he is sleeping longer. So if I put him to bed at 9 and he slept till 9 the next day, he basically would miss an entire feeding. You know, the 6 a.m. morning feeding, he would completely miss it. And then I'd have to squish everything together even more. And so we're trying to start his bedtime routine at 8 o'clock now. And by the time he actually is asleep, it's right around 8:30-ish. Next question, I think this is going to be the last one I answered just for now. It says, favorite brand of baby clothing. So I like Carter's. Their clothes seem to fit him really well. Just he's kind of like skinny and lanky, and they seem to fit skinny, lanky babies. So I love Carter's. They have really cute stuff. I love the brand Crown and Ivy, which is a Belk brand. Belk, if you're unfamiliar, is a department store like Macy's or, you know, Nordstrom, but it's only in the South, and I love Belk. They have the cutest things, but Crown and Ivy, I think they're only sold at Belk or online, has the cutest things, you guys. They have, even for like women, like adult women, they have like bows and ruffles and very Southern, but like super duper cute. Their baby boy clothes are absolutely adorable. Lots of seersucker, lots of like plaids and things like that. And I love Crown and Ivy, but it's expensive, so I can't buy it all the time. For sleepers, I really like Magnetic Me. I really like their Modal fabric. It's like a soft, buttery bamboo fabric. It's nice and lightweight, especially if you live in a hot climate or summertime. I really like those, but they are like really expensive, like $30 a piece, $35 a piece. So those are kind of like a treat, maybe like one in every size. I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. And then for hats, Copper Pearl. Copper Pearl all the way. Okay, the last question is, how are you feeling postpartum? I actually just finished filming a video all about this that I'm going to put up probably after this. I don't know when, I don't even know if I'm gonna put it up because it kind of got emotional and it's kind of all over the place. So let me know if that's something you really want to know, because I will upload it, but it's probably the most honest and raw video I've ever filmed. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to edit it and see, but I feel like it was just like all over the place. But to sum it all up, better. I'm feeling much better now than I was before, but it took a while to get there. Alright guys, well that is the end of today's Mommy Monday video. Thank you so much to everybody who asked questions. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram, because that is where I will ask you to ask me questions. So if you have more questions, you can do that there. I also post lots of cute baby pictures on there, so if you want to follow with us and stuff like that, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram or leave them in the comment section down below. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!